Hello and welcome to today's episode of Focus Atlanta. I am your host, Keisha Lancelin. Thanks so much for watching this Sunday afternoon. In our first segment, we're going to talk a little bit about Suicide Prevention Month. I'm here with Dr. Cornell with Chris 180. Thank you so much for taking the time to chat with us today.
No, thank you, Keisha. We're glad to be here, and this is such an important topic, so we appreciate your time and letting us get the word out about this important topic, so thank you.
No, I have to say, every year when this comes around, I feel like I get surprised by the age range that we're talking about. Yeah. You know, it's our babies a lot of times who are taking their own lives. Can we talk a little bit about how we get to a place where there's less stigma and more awareness?
Well, I think it's discussions like this. I think it's getting the word out. I think it's not making it a secret. You know, certainly there have been national, international celebrities, you know, people like that. So the focus has been on completed suicides and the importance of mental health, and it's okay not to be okay. And I think those messages are really, really important. And as you said, you know, certainly post-pandemic, we've recognized that younger and younger populations and segments that we thought maybe were protected from this kind of thought and actions have been impacted, and that we really do need to be aware across the age spectrum, across socioeconomic statuses, that suicide is a very preventable condition, but everybody can play a part in helping recognize and support someone who may be considering taking their own life.
And that's such a critical piece, that everybody has a role, because I think that's the other thing, right? People feel helpless. They feel like, oh my gosh, I wish there was something that I could have done, or I wish there was something I can do. And what we're saying is that there is, you know, through education and conversations and making it, you know, less of a stigmatized topic, perhaps you can do something. What are you guys at Chris 80 doing in the realm of, you know, educating the public as well as people who you may actually serve?
Right, it's Chris 180, and we absolutely feel like there's a lot of things that people could do. There's a misconception that only a therapist or only a psychiatrist or psychologist can really help someone who's considering taking their own life, and it's really not true. Most folks, while mental health and services are absolutely important, and we certainly recommend folks reaching out to their mental health providers and getting the help and support they need as they work through life's issues. But your friends, family, church members, you know, neighbors, again, people they have a relationship with can also be really helpful in getting people the support they need and getting them to help. And you don't have to be a therapist. In fact, it's those people that know you every day that might be able to provide the most insight and really be able to say, wow, you know, things are different. Are you okay? You seem a little different. This isn't how you normally, you know, usually behave. So is there something going on? And even asking the question, have you thought about killing yourself? Most of us are afraid to ask that question. We think, oh my gosh, I'm giving them the idea. And that's not the case at all. You know, overwhelmingly, if you think of it, it's a way to acknowledge, I think you're struggling. I'm here to help. I may not have the answers, but, you know, if you'll go with me, I think we can get you the help you need. And one of the trainings we're doing at Chris 180, it's a national and internationally recognized suicide prevention program, is called Question, Persuade, and Refer, and that's called QPR. It's kind of like CPR, but for those that are thinking about taking their own life. And it really is a way that each of us, you know, regardless of our education or knowledge base or those sorts of things, really can help people that we think are thinking about taking their own life. And it really is asking the question. It's persuading them to let me walk with you to get help, make a phone call, and then referring them to places that can provide ongoing support and treatment and things that might be helpful, you know, again, for that person in the long haul. But in that moment, it really is a way to save a life. You know, records indicate that, you know, suicide is a very preventable condition. And it really requires help and maybe ongoing services. But that initial, are you thinking about hurting yourself? Please go with me to get help, can really save a life. And that, again, for the day-to-day, the lives we're living is very, very critical. And anybody can participate in that.
You used the word that I was just about to use. That's a critical piece of information, because again, I think that helplessness keeps people, that feeling of helplessness keeps people from reaching out and trying to do something. So I can't let you get out of here without giving a website for Chris 180, because I know that you all do have, information, and you could possibly help people to feel a little more empowered. Just having this conversation with you, I feel a little more empowered. I feel like,
Right.
perhaps I have a role. I could be of help to someone.
Just by asking the question and giving them help is getting them to help. Again, you don't have to provide it. It's getting them to help can save a life. And at Chris 180, www.chris180.org, we have a whole training institute. We've got QPR trainings free to the public all month long in September. We also have targeted trainings for teachers, clergy, businesses, parents, members of the LGBTQ plus community, social services, human resources, anybody that deals with folks. I think it's a great training. It's done by QPR trained staff, user friendly, and really broaches a topic that's really, really critical now, but every day, as we continue to live in this world, and more and more people are feeling isolated, unable to cope with the anxiety and things that are occurring. It's okay not to be okay, and we can help you get help to hopefully feel better and to provide some different solutions rather than the permanent solution of suicide.
Absolutely.
For suicide is a permanent solution to what is usually a temporary problem or issue. So again, get support, talk with each other, question a friend if you feel like things are different, or they're not how they usually are. It's okay to ask the question, and it's okay to get them to help.
I appreciate your time. I appreciate the work that you guys put in over at Chris 180. It was a pleasure to see you. Thanks so much for coming on the show.
Thank you, Keisha. Take care.
All right. All right, guys, we do all have a role. There is a role that you could play in getting the people that you love the help that they need. Take the opportunity to visit the website and learn more. And stay tuned for more Focus Atlanta. We'll be right back.